protesting against the UN chief's indirect criticism of Israel. Israel's UN ambassador said it was time to teach them a lesson. Israel's ambassador UN says he will refuse to issue visas United Nations officials as the country's conflict with international organization deepens. According to Israeli media, Gilad Erdan made this statement on Wednesday. The repercussions of UN chief's speech at the Security Council other day continue. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres indirectly criticized Israel for ordering evacuation of civilians from north to south of Gaza Strip. He also said that Hamas' October 7 attack on Israel did not occur in a vacuum, as Palestinians have been subjected to 56 years of suffocating occupation. Al Jazeera's Gabriel Elizondo from New York reported that many countries welcomed Guterres' very balanced approach. But Israel was furious, and its officials called on the UN chief to resign. Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen, who attended the discussion, was so upset that he cancelled a meeting with the Secretary General that was supposed to take place on Tuesday afternoon. According to Elizondo, it is really unusual to see this kind of reaction against the Secretary General, Elizondo added. Speaking Army Radio, Erdan said, "We will refuse grant visas UN representatives do Guterres statements. We have already refused the visa of Under-Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs Martin Griffiths. It's time to teach them a lesson," Erdan said on his old Twitter account, X, that the UN chief expressed his understanding against terrorism, and with this speech. Guterres later published an excerpt from his speech on X to show that he criticized both Hamas and Israel for the crisis in Gaza. These horrific attacks cannot justify collective punishment of the Palestinian people. Antonio Guterres, October 25, 2023. These terrible attacks cannot justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people, he wrote. The Palestinian Foreign Ministry condemned Israel's call for the resignation of the UN Secretary General, calling it an unprovoked attack. In a post on Channel X, Palestinian Ministry described Israel's position as an extension of its disrespect and lack of commitment to the UN Charter and resolutions regarding Palestine. Gaza War. Hamas fighters raided Israel on October 7, attacked largely civilian targets, including families and a music festival, killing at least 1,400 people, capturing more than 220. According to Israeli officials, Guterres, who went to Rafah Gate to receive aid from the Egypt-Gaza border last week, welcomed entry of 3 aid convoys so far in his speech. But UN chief said this was only a drop aid in the ocean of need, as he warned that UN Agency for Palestine refugees would have to stop working on Wednesday due to lack fuel. To alleviate epic suffering, make aid distribution easier and safer, and facilitate the release of hostages, I reiterate my call for a humanitarian ceasefire.